So I'm here today at the Houses of Parliament here in Westminster in London, which date back to the 13th century. So the British, or as it was back then, the English Parliament, no one set out to create Parliament, but the seeds of its establishment began in 1215 when you had something called the Magna Carta that was signed at Runnymede by King John and the barons. The barons being very upset by his overreach in his powers, raising taxes. They basically wanted to put restrictions on the king's power. The Magna Carta did not actually establish the Parliament of England, but what it did do is essentially establish a council of advisors for the king. And then fast forward to 1265, when you had someone called Simon de Montfort, who was a rebellious baron with bold ideas, who basically brought together representatives from all over the realm, including knights, barons, but also commoners, who came here to discuss important issues for the country. So it wasn't just an elite gathering, it included ordinary citizens laying the seeds for democracy here in England. By 1295, under King Edward I, this idea matured into the Model Parliament, a regular assembly featuring lords, clergy, knights, and ordinary citizens. The concept took root deeply, becoming an essential part of governance in England. Over the centuries, these gatherings evolved, shaping power into two distinct houses: the House of Lords, representing the nobility and the clergy, and the House of Commons, representing the people. Together, they formed what we know as the English Parliament, which would eventually become, in 1707, with the Union of Scotland and England, the British Parliament. Now, up until the early 20th century, the Lords technically had equal power to the Commons. But then with something called the Parliament Act in 1911, this established the supremacy of the House of Commons over the House of Lords, and therefore the supremacy of the British people over the British nobility.